Hi, I'm Linda Black, the yoga coach, and today I have a special treat for you. This is a speech I gave in my Toastmasters group in American Fork. Love Toastmasters. So I am going to present it to you now. It is called, What is Your Yoga? What is Your Yoga by Linda Black. So, what is yoga? You might be thinking, yoga is that exercise that you do to create flexibility or turn me into a human pretzel. Or maybe you're thinking, yoga, right, my carrot-colored vegan friend, he does yoga, kind of weird. Or you might be thinking, yeah, yoga, that's for the Om chanting, spandex wearing, long-haired, pot-smoking hippies from the 60s. Or maybe you think yoga is the ticket for you to be the next hot body, overly pumped, Arnold Schwarzenegger stunt double. But yoga comes from the Sanskrit word yoj, which means to unite or bind. To me, yoga means the union of the body, mind, and spirit. It's like the freedom, peace, and joy that you feel when you are completely at ease in the present moment. It's being in the zone. If you're runners and you've ever felt that runner's high, you can just go forever. You could soar. It's like being a kid on a swing. Do you remember being a kid and swinging on a swing set? And you just go higher and higher and higher, so your toes are touching the sun rays, and they're higher than the snow-capped mountains, peaks of the mountains. And when you come back, you feel the wind rushing in your hair, the sun on your face, and suddenly you're bigger than your problems. You could solve anything. And you're so enthusiastic for life, you're just bubbling over and you want to share that with people. Well, that's how I feel on my mat. I begin with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Expand and contract, life-giving, life-receiving. And I stand in mountain pose, majestic, immovable, and unwavering. I feel like when the storms come, I'm not going to be blown over by the winds or the storms. I'm planted and rooted. Mountain pose reminds me to hold fast to integrity, principle, and faith. And as I move into sun salutations, I acknowledge the unselfishness of the sun and its radiance beaming down on every living being, animal, human, plant. It takes no thought for what's in it for me. The sun just keeps on shining, radiantly bold, living its life on purpose and out loud. Where am I living out loud? What is my purpose? Am I sharing my gifts with the world, or am I playing small, hiding behind fear and doubt? I open my heart and receive strength. Like the spring receives strength and warmth from a new sun. And in warrior pose, I stand steadfast, bold, and strong. Warriors fight for truth, honor, and family. And when I'm in warrior, I feel I'm reminded to speak my truth and say what's on my mind. But I show compassion and do it in a way that's peaceful and creates a peaceful stance. Moving into Ardha Chandrasana, I go on an adventure. What if I fall? What if I lose my balance? Well, what if? So what? I learn like a toddler learns that when I fall, I get right back up and I use those stumbling blocks of failure as stepping stones to success. Sometimes when the world turns its back on me, I feel alone, fearful, scared. In those moments, I reach down deep inside and open to the possibility that perhaps it was I who turned my back on the world. Radical change is present. On the flip side, in downward facing dog, I take a cue from man's best friend. In loyalty and strength, I let go of my inhibitions and playfully release all doubt, fear, and worry, and move from one posture to the other. Turning upside down, I see life from a new perspective. And I can see problems and solve. Maybe obstacles aren't as difficult as I thought. Moving into Garudasana, I feel my shoulders. Oh, and they're tense and tight. What burden am I holding? Whose burden am I carrying? Is it mine or somebody else's? Can I let it go? And when I let it go, can I soar like an eagle? And moving from eagle pose into arm balancing. Arm balancing, this is where I learned to take baby steps. Breaking down monumental tasks into single actions. Step by step, by step, by step. Breathe. I find joy in the journey, letting go of outcome, free to play the edge and transform. In the end, I feel a lot like Winnie the Pooh when Christopher Robin said, "You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you know." Where do you find your playful child? How do you open your heart? And why do you feel your strong warrior? What is your yoga? How do you open and roll out your mat?